Okay, I hope that I am not going to go into a dead zone. Welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter. I teach you how to start flipping and wholesaling houses in New York, and if you are already doing it, how to grow your business. Now, question I got today is, what is the absolute best list to market to? And I actually have an answer, right? My original answer was like, I don't know, it depends. But the truth is, the answer is any list that you are going to consistently market to. And here's what I mean. I would say more than 9 out of 10 people that get into this business get a list, and they then market to that list once. So maybe they'll mail it once if it's, not such a big list because mailing's expensive. They'll call the list once, text the list once, and they won't get the results they want. Sometimes they even do, right? Sometimes they'll get leads, but I didn't get any deals, and this is what I hear from people 24/7. The list sucks. Everybody wants retail. This is a much more sophisticated area. There's way too much competition. What other bullshit do I hear? I hear, no, all the numbers are bad. My skiptraced data sucks. The list is old. I have heard everything. And here's the truth. The truth is, all of those things are true for every single list. The difference between the successful people and the people who are not successful is that they stay consistent and persistent and continue to market to it. Now we think, right? We think we're going to buy a list, right? We'll get it from PropStream, or we're going to pay listability or list source for it. And this is the golden ticket. Every single person on this list wants to sell tomorrow. And then when we skip trace it, and I told people this before, I'm going to say it again. Most of the numbers you're going to call and when you skip trace are going to be wrong numbers. Most of the right numbers are not going to be people who match up, who have houses that they want to sell. Most of the people who have houses they want to sell are not going to sell to an investor. Most people who sell to an investor aren't going to sell to you. When you're getting a list of, let's say, 10,000, it's very likely that you're going to get one deal out of it, right? That'll last you 6 to 9 months, and you'll get one deal. So understand what you have to do is you have to touch these people multiple times. And I don't care how you're doing it. If you're calling them, you got to call them again and again. And that means running through those numbers, at least 3 or 4 times. Probably 5 or 6 times, because a lot of people aren't answering. It means texting them multiple times. It means mailing them multiple times. And if you do that, you get results. I know it sounds crazy, but you've got to understand that people need to be touched. I think the average is like 7 times before you're going to get a deal. So you can say, oh, I just want somebody to answer the phone, and then I'll talk to them a few times before they sell. But doesn't work like that. There is a huge luck factor involved. I can take the same list as you. You could call people, never reach the people I reach. I can never reach people you reach. You can get deals. I can get deals. Not a problem. But your luck gets better if you touch it more times, right? Right. The harder you work, the luckier you get. So that's number 1. Number 2 is you're convincing that prospect that you are serious. The light is terrible. I parked in a horrible place. So you've got to understand that a few things are going on. A lot of the people that are going to sell at a discount are trying to subconsciously not deal with the problem, right? Maybe they are going into foreclosure. Maybe they can't afford the house. Maybe they don't want to clean the house up and need to sell it, but the thought of cleaning the house up drives them bananas. Whatever it is, your consistency of mailing, calling, reaching out to them multiple times sends them a subconscious message that, this is the guy who really wants to buy the house. When I do decide to sell, this is the guy I'm going to call. 1 second, I got to get some water. I'm dying over here. So a couple things happen when you market to any list 6 or 7 times. Sorry, the first is that you increase your chances of reaching people by 7 times. That's a big factor, right? If your competition is only calling people once or twice and you're calling them 7 times, you got a better chance. That's number one. Number two is subconsciously in their mind, they are realizing somebody's interested in buying their house. And when they do decide to sell, you may be the person they go to. Not guaranteeing it. But again, I will say this again, get a list of 10,000. That could be any list. So if you're in an area where you can list to, where you can find code violations or water shutoffs or tax delinquencies, those are good lists. I would hit them hard. But in my area, I got to go broader. So I use predictive data sets. I use older people who have been in the property a long time. I use people who maybe are in some kind of economic distress. Those are bigger lists. But a list of 10,000, that's skiptraced, which turns into 25,000 phone numbers, right? Because you get multiple numbers for each hit. That should last you 6 to 9 months, maybe even 12 months. So you got to hit that multiple times. I'd hit it every month if you can. It's a lot of calling if you're going to call. Texting is easier, I guess, but you got to add a texting service or you're going to go bananas. So my point is, any list you use works if you're consistent with it. I know it sounds crazy, and it's hard to think about that because you spent money and you want to see immediate results. In New York, it just doesn't happen. In other places, it doesn't happen immediately either. You just read about these, these one-off cases that you remember where some guy went into wholesaling 36 hours ago and got a check for $18,000 already. Like that, it was a 1 in a million. So the truth is, any list that you use multiple times, and I'm talking about 6 or 7 times, that you touch 6 or 7 times, that is a list that works. It works. I'm telling you, it works. It's hard to believe. You got to stay at it for 9 months, a year to really see it. You're going to get leads. You got to follow up with those leads, and very often a person isn't ready to sell now, but their motivation or their situation changes, and then they do want to sell. And if you are consistent and persistent of staying in touch with them, when they sell, they're going to think of you, and you'll get a shot at it. That is how it works. So I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in finding out more about one-on-one coaching I have, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. What else? Oh, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on any media channel, please click the thumbs up. The likes really help my SEO, my search engine optimization. A lot more people are seeing my videos lately, so that's great. And please keep the comments coming. I post 5 times a week. I don't always know what to say. Your questions really help me. You can ask any question about anything. Doesn't have to be about the video you're watching. I check my questions, every 24 day or two. If it's a simple answer, I'll just reply with an answer. And if it's something I've covered before, I'll send you links to videos on it. If something new, I'll do a new video on it. So thank you very, very much for watching.